I can't see you in mine. Is that how you want it?
That's fine. Yeah, you too.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Here, wait a minute. I can go sideways like that.
Oh, okay. That's good. Oh, yeah, that's different than today.
Okay, what did you title this? Why you need a why?
Yep.
Okay. You ready? Have you started yours yet?
Yeah.
People can hear me talking? Why you ain't tell me that? You like, yeah.
I thought you knew.
She just played me all the way.
Sorry. Sorry, you guys. I'm putting on Do Not Disturb so people can't call me.
Okay.
So we'll wait for a few people to come on. We are spilling the tea this Sunday. Oh, look at my cup, you guys. Isn't that cool? Katrice got these for us.
And tonight's flavor of tea is strawberry. Thanks for joining us as we spill the tea tonight.
Okay, it's perfect.
Okay.
All right. So today we want to. Okay, so let's first introduce ourselves, I guess.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. So we'll let you start off. Let me turn the music off.
Hi everybody, I'm Patrice. I'm the founder of Network Notions, and we are a networking organization that believes in putting the getting to know you back into networking.
And I am Patrice Jackson, also known as Miss Savvy Pro. I am the owner of Savvy Professionals and the newly published author of Purpose Matters.
That's
It
right.
just released last Tuesday. Both me and Katrice were in that book. So, so now we are podcasters with Sunday Tea and Teas. So, we're doing a lot of stuff. And it's only what? March?
It's only
4th?
Only March.
Wow.
We haven't even hit the 6-month mark yet.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're doing a lot in the first quarter. And we wanted to kind of come together about business and entrepreneurship. And let's talk about it. See if everybody got the same minds, going through the same things, Oh, we got a lot of people coming in.
We got a lot of people coming in.
So, today we want to talk about all about the why. Like why you got into business, Katrice, why I got into business. And maybe we can maybe there's some people out there that want to talk about their why. Maybe we can kind of bring them on too as well. So, let's talk about you. Like, when did you first decide that you got the entrepreneur bug, and why are you doing it?
When did I first decide? Man, I will have to honestly say when I started getting bored with my job, with my regular 9 to 5. And then when I realized that I did not want to spend the rest of my life punching a clock. I wasn't the cubicle girl. I had an issue with being told, when I can take vacation, what time I have to come in, when I can leave, and things like that. Is when I really noticed, like, I just need to do something where I have my own business. Like, I want to do my own thing. I want to be able to wake up in the morning, make my own schedule, and do it however I want to see fit. So I kind of started to look for different avenues to do that. But of course, I'm a firm believer of you have to keep that 9 to 5 until whatever your goal or your passion is can work for you. So I'm not one to say, some people do it, to each his own. But when you have a lot of responsibilities in the home front, you may or may not be able to just walk away from a job hands up and be like, okay, I'm about to just jump out here and just do this. Right. So I had to make sure I still kept a 9 to 5 while I was able to work on my own goals and pursue my own purpose. Last year, I realized that my job that I had at the time was very stressful and was mentally draining me to where when I got home, I didn't even want to think about my goals. I wanted to come home, go to bed. I didn't want to do anything that was for myself. So I realized, like, this is going to have me stuck forever. So I did make some changes. I applied for a job that was strictly work from home. The hours are not the best, but it allows me the time to be able to pursue my passion. And sometimes that's what's important. You may have to take a little bit of a cut somewhere. You may be inconvenienced. Like for me, I have to work on Sundays from 12:30 to 9. And I am not a fan of that. But it allows me during the week to have the mornings where I can work on my own business, where I can pursue things that I want to pursue. So I'm a little bit uncomfortable now, but when you're uncomfortable, it promotes growth. Yeah. So I'm gonna rock it until I can get to a place where I don't need it, and then I can walk away from it. But right now, it's helping me and allowing me to pursue what my passion is. So that's when I realized, like, I want to do entrepreneurship. I want to have my own.
Yeah, see, and I think that's, like, for me, it's somewhat of this, like, I have a different story, and I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, everybody has a different story,
right?
And reason why they do it, for me, I started off because I was laid off from work,
okay,
and I was fortunate enough to have quite a bit of money in savings to live off for a little while, and my grandmother was actually ill. Well, she was sick. She was older. And I, for some reason, just wanted to spend some time with her. So I decided to take some time off, which it ended up being about a year. But if you was at home, you know how to work from home. People don't think it's like a real job sometimes.
Because people still tell me, Katrice, you don't really work. Right, I'm like, no, I'm really working.
Really, I got a real job. Like, they pay me. Like, I actually do stuff. So, at the time that's when I really was working was at home and I wasn't working. So, and I had it was the same mentality for people. So people would ask me, like, can you do this for me? And, people, I always had an administrative gift.
Okay.
So people would ask me to do those things. And after a while, I'm looking like, look, I don't mind doing this, but y'all gonna have to pay me, So I ended up having like a concierge business. I would run errands for people. I would do administrative things, and I loved it. Now my mom and my dad and even my grandparents, they all were entrepreneurs, right? Okay. They all had they never quit their jobs, but they all had like side businesses. And so I think between that and then being off work and doing those things, that's where I got the bug. So after about a year, I was like, okay, I wanted to go back to work. It was time. My savings was getting low and everything. And I went back to work, but I still always was doing something administrative or had these businesses that were running behind the scenes. And I think now, even though I still work a 9-to-5 corporate job, actually having the side businesses, having, those things that I work on, they actually motivate me to go to work, because I know that jobs are funded. That job is funding my dream. Luckily, I do work for a company that's a good company, and it gives me a lot of flexibility, like you said, to be able to still work my business and
and
give
pursue.
it.
You're not stuck.
Stuck, exactly. And I think that it also has given me the opportunity to stop treating my business like a hobby.
Right.
And now, don't get me wrong, I think it's okay to treat your business like a hobby if you don't have the time, because you still want to do a little bit of something, you know. So that way, if you ever get an opportunity where maybe you lose your job. I remember we was talking to Kim at the network. She said she lost hers, and because she still was putting a little bit of effort into it, but a lot of effort with her business, she was able to count on that in the time when she was laid off.
But do you kind of sometimes think when you treat it like a hobby? I think that's a thin line, and depending on who the person is,
right,
and how much drive they have. Because sometimes some people treat it like a hobby, and it just stays a hobby. They never really push it through the business door or the serious door.
Right.
So it's gonna always be a hobby for them. So I really think it depends on the person.
And I think it depends on the person
and the time. Because, you know, some people, mentally they think they're working this business, but you're really treating it like it's a hobby.
Right. And I think a key piece to that is knowing that. Instead of don't think that you're treating your business like a business, but you only giving it hobby time or hobby effort.
Right.
If you know you're giving it hobby effort, understand that you're giving it hobby effort. Don't get frustrated when your business is not
But then
growing.
Understand that you're going to make hobby money too.
Exactly.
So
It's sometimes people think they treat it like a hobby, but they think they're supposed to get business money. You know, your effort will match your net worth within your business.
Exactly. So whatever you put into it is what it's going to bring back to you. So if you're putting in hobby time, it's going to bring you back hobby money. So you have to be able to find that boundary to where, yes, I'm still doing a 9 to 5, but I'm still giving my business my all so that I can groom it and grow it. So
exactly. And I think too is if you know you have, like, when you're an entrepreneur and you really have that entrepreneur spirit, what they call it, there's nothing other than that, right?
Right.
So it don't matter. You can work a 9 to 5 job. You can work 40, 80 hours a week for a different business. And if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. But I guarantee anybody who has the entrepreneurial spirit, they even if it's one day a week, they're putting some time towards that. So it's like, I'd rather for someone to treat it like a hobby than to just not do it at all and feel frustrated.
Right. So. But then here's this one, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, like how you said, you know, you have that spirit, that mentality. It's hard to get people that don't have that spirit and that mentality to understand, you know, why are you up till 3 or 4 in the morning?
Right.
Like, because I'm working on my business, you know, it's like they don't understand how we think, and where our brain is always working like literally overtime.
Right.
So it could be times where you probably want to be asleep, but your mind is giving you so many ideas and mapping out so much stuff till it's like, no, I don't want you to sleep right now. I need you to catch this. So you can catch this vision and you can take this vision and do what I need you to do with it. So it's like when you're an entrepreneur, your mind, it never stops working, like constantly 24 hours. I'm a firm believer of carrying around a notebook.
Yes.
It's times where I will be in a good sleep and something will wake me out of my sleep. I have had a whole ideal come to me in a vision through a dream. And literally I woke up and wrote everything down. Just like, and I mean, when I tell you it was planned out perfectly from like the beginning of the thing to the end of the thing. And I got up, set up, wrote out everything that came to my mind about it. And then I lay back down and went to sleep. Because I knew
you have to get it out.
Especially for me, because I'm very forgetful. So I know if I don't catch it right then, I'll be 10 minutes later like, oh my God, what was I thinking? So
and then you up trying to figure out what it was. So
you have to catch it and you have to write it down, jot it down, at least a couple words from it, so that it could jar my memory when I get the time to really focus on it.
Exactly.
But it's a special kind of mental state when you're an entrepreneur. Like your brain is constantly in overload. And I mean, I don't think I'm the only person that feels like that. If I am, somebody tell me. But I think all entrepreneurs can say that you're constantly thinking of that next move. You're constantly thinking and birthing that next idea.
Right. If that's you, put in hashtag brain overload.
Yes,
put in hashtag, because let us know.
Don't let me think I'm all alone.
Because we the two Treaces, so we might just believe that it's just us. But please, if that's you, if sometimes your brain has a million browser windows up, please put in hashtag brain overload. Because it can't be just us. It just can't be.
This strawberry tea is pretty good.
I haven't tasted it yet. I know, I was excited about it.
I was excited, so I had to get us some nice little coffee mugs. for our tea. You see I got the word awesome on there, right?
Of course, because
that's your thing. And our flavor tonight is strawberry tea. So I'm going to try each week to, we're going to try to have a different coffee mug with a different flavor tea. So I was excited about that.
Yes, me too. So if you guys know any like coffee mugs that you see, please let us know. Like tag us in the post or something so we can see them, because we would love to feature other coffee mugs or T-shirts or whatever on during the broadcast.
So let me ask you this, Patrice. And I know this has happened with me sometimes when we were talking, like our topic is your why. Do you feel like, or do you think that your why will change throughout your process?
Yes, my why has changed.
Yeah.
My why has changed a lot because, honestly, years ago when I first started, I never even thought that, not working a 9-to-5 job was an option other than like retirement. That was just, that was how I was raised. Even though I had parents who were entrepreneurs and had businesses, they all still work, right? So my thought process at first was that I wanted to be able to make enough money because I wanted to retire my mother. Okay. Right? She always had this food drink. She had a catering business and she loved to be a waitress. So I was like, I just want to, when she retired, I want to be able to buy her a small restaurant, right? So that was the dream, and then as things passed, so that was no longer a need. And then I got the digital nomad. I'm like, I would love to be able to travel. I don't have the responsibilities that has to keep me in one place. So if I can get the option to travel the world and people just pay me to come to the different countries and help them, assist them in different ways, that's my why now. That's my goal. So, everything is measured by that goal.
I can say since I've met you, that hasn't changed. Because when we first met at your event that you had a couple years ago, I never forget, and we were talking, and you were like, I want to be a digital nomad. And I'm thinking to myself, what is a digital nomad? So then she kind of told me what it was, but it's just nice to know that everything that I see you doing, like, that's still your why. So we know what the last, 3-4 years, your why hasn't changed.
Yeah. So. I had to change what I told people, though, because I used to tell people that I wanted to be homeless. And they're like, don't never say you want to be homeless. I'm like, well, it's not really that. So I was like, okay. And then finally I realized as I researched that it had a name. Okay. But...
Yeah, so, I can't have you walking around saying you want to be homeless.
Right, exactly. So I have changed that. But, yeah, it has been the same thing. Like, everything I do is according to... some way, somehow, it's going to somehow let me travel the world, when I decide to retire. Yeah, so we'll see. But how about you? Has your why changed?
My why has definitely changed. It used to be a point in time where my why was, because I wanted to be able to have freedom. And I wanted to be able to, like you, travel. But now that, I'm married, my kids are older, I have a grandchild. Now it's because I want to leave something for my family. I want to leave a legacy. I want to be able to, like me and my husband, when we were dating, we always were used to working. We're like ships in the night when I say that. Like, he works a lot, I work. So we're like ships passing. And it's okay because we do still get our time. But I would like for us to be able to just like enjoy each other's company. Like, we're older now, and be able to travel more and just spend more like quality time, but not too much quality time because then you begin to drive each other crazy. But just that right amount. So now that's my why. Like, my why is for us to be able to enjoy life and not work hard. Like, I watch my parents, even my grandmother. My grandmother worked her whole life. No one in my family was ever an entrepreneur. I was probably the first one that kind of ventured off in that when I started selling like Avon and things like that. My family, they've always been hard workers. Like my mom, my grandmother, my dad have always been like hard workers. I watched my grandmother work her whole life. Even when she retired, she like did a partial retirement. I had never heard of that until my grandmother did it. And she worked at UH and she was like partially retired, where she was going in like half a day. And I remember as she kind of started getting older, I would always tell her that, we would always tell her like she was never going into a nursing home. And I got to thinking, like, if my grandmother ever got sick, I need to be at a place where I could quit my job. Because I told her, like, I'll quit my job. I'll just stop working. And she's like, what are you going to do with your bills? I said, we'll worry about that if it ever happens. It never happened, but I would have made that sacrifice. So I come from a family where they teach us hard work is like the key. Like, you have to bust your butt. If it's something you want, you have to work for it. So I would love to be, my why now is to just be able to relax and enjoy life and not have to work to like the bitter end. You know, I feel kind of funny when I go in Walmart and see like 80-year-old people and they're still working. It's like, I don't want to be like that. But I know they're doing it because they have to.
Right.
I mean, and some may be doing it just because they want something to do.
Exactly. But you want the option.
I want the option.
Let me do it because I want to, not because I have to.
Right. And then if I have to, I want to do something fun. Like Walmart cannot be fun. Like, you know, I would love to be at that place. So that's my why, because I want to, as I get, I am older, I want to be able to enjoy life. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to smell the roses and travel and not have to worry about, you know, I got to get back. I got to be back to work Monday. You know, I got to cut my vacation short. So, and that's my thing. Like, and I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave my kids and my grandson. I want to leave them something besides bills.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, and I think, and it's important to know that.
Yeah.
You know, it goes along with like vision boards and, you know, journaling and all of that. It's important to, I think it's all about, it's like a foundation. Yeah. You know, because anytime you get away from business and you may, you know, get frustrated in business. So you might be like, I need to put this to the side for a little while and just kind of regroup. You know that when you have to regroup, you go back to that why to start over again or to build from that, you know. And I think that's why it's really important to know what your real why is, where you're going, and what you really want to accomplish. Because otherwise, you're just wandering around.
But do you know that there are so many people that don't know what, like, the purpose of the why? They have no idea what vision boards are. Right. You know, I was at an event and I was talking to some women and I was talking about vision boards, and they're women in entrepreneur positions. So the one lady was like, well, what's a vision board? And I kind of looked at her like, really? Right. I mean, I remember doing them in school. They were called collages and they were called dream boards. That's what they called them in school. So we did those in school. So I'm very familiar with them. But a lot of people that are in business now today as adults have no idea what a vision board, or they don't do a vision board. Mm-hmm. So to me, if you never put your goals and dreams on something that you can look at every single day, I won't say
I think you jump. Like, I've seen so many, I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs, they jump from one thing to another. Like, and I think you can have different aspects of your business, but at some point you got to give it your all. Like, for instance, like if you're doing one thing, like when you have network notions, you put a lot of network notions, although you're building and growing it actually, the wheel is already spinning on that, right? People know about it, it's growing, it's doing its own thing. And then you went into doing Pink Zebra, you know, and then you give it that, you know, when you put the Pink Zebra. And I think you can't just jump, you know, one week they're doing this, next week they're doing something else. I think when you truly know your why, and you measure it against that, it gives you then you can stay. You know that okay, I have to finish this. I have to, you know, do this before I go on to the next thing.
And then when you do go on to the next thing, if you notice, all your things will flow together.
Yes, exactly.
Like everything will coincide. It may be different things, but it flows smoothly.
Exactly.
And you know, your vision board to me is almost like your blueprint to me. It's like what you go back and look at. Like, okay, this is something I want to obtain. So I know I have to work, you know, super hard because this is one of the things I want. And it's nothing like hard. I'll tell you, I've done one with just positive words because that's another thing too with your why. Mm-hmm. You know, you will you'll have days where you feel like, you know, why am I doing this? You know, this just isn't working out. And you'll need that constant motivation. Yeah. So when you have those positive words of affirmation to remind you and to give you that motivation that you need, and you just look at it constantly and daily, like that's good to have on a daily basis. You know, surround yourself with positive thoughts. You know, when you have things you're trying to accomplish, you have to steer away from negativity. Negativity will cloud your mind. It will mess up your judgment. It will actually crush your dreams if you allow it to.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to be careful of what you're feeding into your spirit and into your mind, because you'll begin to take those thoughts and you'll actually believe. You'll believe the negative stuff. Like, you'll actually believe. Because, I mean, I can honestly say it's been times where you constantly tell, you're not going to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. That's not going to work. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is not going to work. So I'm already putting that negative feeling into what I'm doing before I even started doing it. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure, like, you positive self-talk. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, tell yourself in the morning, you wake up and tell yourself, I'm awesome. I'm going to be awesome today. I'm not going to worry about yesterday. I don't care about tomorrow. We're going to focus on today. So you have to remember that and constantly remind yourself of what your why is. When times get hard in your business, go back and think, why did you even start that business?
Yep.
Constantly keep your why right there on the surface, because that's going to be your motivation.
Yeah, and if you're new to business or you're starting a different aspect of your business, think about journaling it, because then that way, even if you don't remember, you could go back and you could read like, man, I remember I thought I was not going to make it in March, and then in September, here I am. My business is off the ground and it's running. So journal it, even if it may be something as easy as you actually have a notebook. Maybe you use the notepad on your phone. Maybe you use a video. Whatever it is, have some type of measurement of what you're doing so that you can understand that you are going in the right direction, and that it's working.
I will say, and I had a post about this earlier this week. So when you said journaling, it made me think about it. I will say this: I think every business person / entrepreneur needs a journal. You need that journal because you're going to have thoughts. You're going to have times where you're not having a good day. Someone has hurt your feelings and you're having some issues. You need to have somewhere to vent and let those things out where it does not interfere with your image. And I'm very sorry to say, once you become a business person and you put it out there, you do have an image. I'm not telling you can't be yourself, but you do have to watch some of the things that you say and you put out there. So,
or at least know that they have consequences.
Yes, they do. And it can ruin your business. Like, I'll be honest, I've seen some people that before I saw let's say it like this. I've seen some people put some things out there that makes me not refer them as a business person anymore.
Wow.
Because my thing is, if I'm referring you, I'm telling my friend or this associate that you do good business. So when I see you go on your tangents on Facebook and you're using a whole bunch of profanity and you're cussing and fussing, and I'm recommending you to someone, it's like, wait a minute, I'm sending you business, and eventually that business person is going to look at your social media websites. I don't care what anybody says. It's funny because I had a bride reach out to me for my officiating services, and I told her, I was like, when we hang up, go to my Facebook page. Right. And she started laughing. And I was like, why are you laughing? She's like, because I was going to do that. I said, I want you to.
Right.
I said, because I do the same thing. Right. Before I do business with somebody, I scroll through Facebook, try my best to find you. Sometimes you can't find them. But I go and look and see, like, what kind of person you are. What kind of stuff do you post? What kind of things do you do? Because that's what we do.
Right.
It's just the nature of the beast.
Exactly.
Like, you want to know the type of person that you're conducting business with and giving your money to, if you possibly can.
Yeah.
So I think every business person, you need a journal. You need someone outside of the cyber world that you can talk to, or you can vent with, or you can share things with, because I'm sorry, your Facebook page, your Instagram, your LinkedIn.
It's not your therapist.
It's not your therapist. It's not the place to put how your customers make you sick and how you're tired of this. And then 10 minutes later, I'm looking for new business. And I'm just like, okay, 10 minutes ago, that last customer got on your nerves. And I'm just like, you can't, it's not professional. So and that's just my Tracy tidbit for the day.
It's a good tip to me, because I have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've even seen people who have their actual pages dedicated to just their business, and I've seen them argue with customers.
I've seen that too.
Like, I cannot
full-fledged arguments, back and forth, and I'm just sitting there like, I can't believe I'm watching this. Really?
Right, like, you arguing with this person on Facebook, like it's just not the time or the place, or to do that. That's a topic.
That's what I was going to say. Professionalism. That's a whole nother topic, because and none of us are perfect. We're all learning. But to me, some things I feel are just more like a business common sense.
Right.
I just feel like we shouldn't have to say it, but sometimes maybe it does need to be said. Like, be professional, because you want to be treated professionally. So you have to carry yourself in a professional manner.
Right. Yeah, so I guess that is the topic. So, you guys, speaking of topics, hey Tina, I see she's on. What do you guys want talk about in business? Can you like what do some of the things that you wonder about business, or some of the things that some topics that you always wanted to hear other people's point of view on, or you just want to vent about, or whatever the case may be? What would you want us to talk about? I'm interested in knowing that, because I think we have a few topics coming up.
Yeah, we have some pretty good topics.
Yeah, but we want to hear from you guys too, like what you would like to hear and what you would like to see. But yeah, so I think that, going back to what you were saying, is that when you, but even with your why and with etiquette, when you know that this is something that you really want to do, you really want this restaurant to go, to grow, or you want this business to grow, or you want your hair salon to grow, whatever it is, it kind of, if you know that's your why, it kind of stops you from arguing with your customer.
Yeah.
Or, being careful about what you're putting on your social media, because you know that this is something that's more important than being right on social media, right?
Yeah.
So I think that, like you said, having a journal, having somebody, it could be a coach, a journal, a business best friend,
a
whatever.
spouse. I don't care what it is, but
just
find
not Facebook,
something.
right?
If you want to just talk and record it and then just save it as a video, I mean, that's up to you too. But it's just not good to make it your status on social media.
Exactly.
And some may agree or disagree, and that's perfectly fine. I just feel it's not professional. So that's my little tidbit. So is there anybody that wants to jump on and kind of share what their why is? While we're waiting to see if anybody wants to jump on. So let's just touch on this book here, This book here that was released last week. So a lot of you may already probably know, last week was an awesome week on Tuesday. Patrice did something pretty epic. I mean, I was a part of it, but it was her journey, and I was just one of the passengers, and it was really nice. So you want to tell everybody, what you jumped out there and took a leap?
Yeah, I did go out of my comfort zone, you guys, and I released an anthology and journal called Purpose Matters, and it is all about, it's the story of 14 people who got together and talked about why they do what they do, what their purpose is, and how they use that purpose to change their communities and change their world. It was the release party, the virtual release party went off really well. Everybody, all the authors got together, they came on, and the sponsors got on, and they talked about why they do what they do and why purpose mattered to them.
Right.
And everybody's story was so everybody's perspective was so different.
Yeah.
And it was inspiring and encouraging, empowering. So I'm so excited about that. You guys I've got a lot of orders from you guys from books, so people are buying the books, and I can't wait to see how they feel about their stories and how you guys feel.
Yeah, it was very fun. She took me out of my comfort zone. But it was good. Sometimes that's good. The people that you collaborate with are supposed to help you go to greater places. So it was very, very good. I just, like me and the guy was saying last week, I just wish, not knowing, how you don't want to say too much. Like, you don't want to have this long story. But now it's like, man, I should have said this. I should have said that. So I'm definitely looking forward to, whatever comes next. If there's like a part 2, hint, hint. I'll definitely, you can count me in for that. But yeah, it was very exciting. So this year we've been doing some pretty dope stuff this year.
Yeah, right. And it's only March. I mean,
only March.
You got, I don't know, have you released that about the website yet? The Network Notions?
No, I haven't released it, but it's coming. She gave me some homework over the weekend to do for it. So, Network Notions is up to some pretty good stuff. But
it started off with the lives, though. The new live meeting network, that was new. That's something different.
Yeah.
You should talk about that, about the group, how you kind of did
so,
that.
Network Notions, we normally meet every third Wednesday of the month at the Holiday Inn on Rockside. And I normally do it. It's normally March through December, and we take January and February off. One, I used to think it was for a mental break, just to regroup and refresh, but this last year when December came, I was like, well, I really don't want to take that break to regroup and refresh. I'm like, I'm going to miss everybody. Like, I can't take 2 months and not know what my networkers are doing, not seeing if they're growing their business or if they're collaborating. So I was like, I'm going to try and do a Facebook Live on the days that we would normally have our event. So I did January, and I was like, nobody's going to like this. This is just not going to, but I'm going to do it. And people loved it. A lot of people that had never been able to attend Network Notions was able to come in and chime in, and I had a guest speaker. I did everything like I do when we're meeting face-to-face. And then we did it again in February. But I'm sorry, March, we're back at the Holiday Inn. I get to love on my networkers, and I get to see everybody. So I'm really excited about that. We have some little things that we've changed this year, so I'm excited to release some of the things that we're doing. Yeah, we got some treats up our sleeve. So yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited for to get back. This seemed like, I know you did the lives, and I love those because those were different. And like you said, we got to meet people that really wouldn't be able to come because maybe they had to work, or maybe they don't even live in Cleveland, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm kind of, getting back to seeing everybody, hugging on everybody, saying hey, seeing what they're doing.
And that's what I like about it. The lives were nice. It was a nice way to keep that, somewhat keep the momentum going. And then I think the beginning of the year is crucial. So I really feel like if we had have been out of touch January and February, come March, people have accomplished so much in this little bit of time.
Right.
That I think it would have been okay, but it just wouldn't have felt right.
It would seem like we missed a lot.
Like we missed a lot.
Yeah.
So I definitely am excited to see everybody back at the Holiday Inn. But I definitely did enjoy being able to provide the live for those that haven't been able to tune in. So I'm not saying that we'll never do it again. It'll probably be next year, January and February. Because I do tend to take those 2 months because of the winter. Driving, people's safety is a concern for me. So I know a lot of times in the winter when it's bad snow, people really are basically working and then going home just to stay, safe off the streets and stuff like that. So I do take that into consideration.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it to come back. We can't wait to see what everybody's doing. Was there somebody who wanted to come on and talk about their why?
I don't see anybody responding.
Is it going up?
Yeah, nobody's. We have some people on, but no comments or anything like that.
Well, we do look forward to seeing what you guys want to talk about in the future, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, right back here. It was Sunday TNT. Oh, and we did have a contest.
Who won the contest?
Well, we gotta still pull. We gotta look at the share. So, what we'll do is I didn't go through the thing to see exactly. But this was the shirt. I guess you want to show them the shirt. So you will be contacted. It will be released in the group. What happened was we had whoever shared this special post inside of the group. They were entered into a raffle to win that shirt, which is I've got that Cleveland Hustle shirt. So what we'll do is we'll be picking the winner. We will be putting that information into the onto the like page. So if you have not liked the page, we'll make sure we put the link in the description box, and we ask that you go over and like the page, and then next week when we do another raffle, you may be the winner.
So I think what we should do, Patrice, is every Sunday before we end the show, I think we should give people some Monday motivations because it's the beginning of a new week. And I will say this, here's another tidbit from me. On Sundays in my Network Notions group, I always put up a post, what are your goals for the week? I think it's very important to map out your goals for the week and make them small goals. Make it something small so that you can actually finish the goal. Right. Don't say you want to do something really, really big that in the span in the time frame of a week you're not going to be able to complete. Make it an attainable goal and accomplish it. So every Sunday night we will make sure we ask you, jot down your goals for the week. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 1. But always make sure you go into the new week with some type of ideal of what you want to accomplish. So we want you to do your goals on Sunday. And then we also want to leave you all on Sunday nights with some type of motivation to take you into your week. And I think that that's a very important thing. I think when you're a business person, an entrepreneur, just a human being, period, you need more people to feed that positivity in you. And sometimes, it could just be you're doing a good job. Sometimes we need to hear that because we tend to be hard on ourselves.
Yeah, and there's so much negativity in the world already.
Right. So it's like, you never know when that positive word you tell somebody is just what they needed to hear. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people don't express what they're going through, but sometimes they might have a lot on their mind. They might be going through like a lot of personal things and stuff like that. So sometimes just, reaching out to the people in your circle and just tell them, you know what? I think you're doing a really good job.
Yep.
I've been watching you and I'm really proud of you. It's no different than when we were kids and we love to hear our parents praise us. Like, good job. You did a great job. Good job. As adults, we still want to hear that. So if you have people in your circle and you see them doing good things, it doesn't take anything from you to say, hey, I think you're pretty awesome. Like you're really doing nice. That's a good job. I see what you're doing with your business. I'm proud of you. It's nothing wrong with saying that. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to dim your light. It's not. It's going to actually make somebody else's day. And sometimes I think that's what we need to get back into. It's like we walk around and it's so all about me.
Right.
It's not all about you.
Right.
When you open up and you do those things for people, just watch what comes back to you, like the blessings and the good things that flow back into you. So
that's true. That's true. Paying it forward. So we'll leave you. So you got a special.
Let me see. My motivation for the week is. Let's think. What do I want to tell you guys for the week?
How about this? I know what we could do is we could read the cup.
Oh yeah, we can read the cup. The cup is pretty cool. This cup is nice.
That's truly motivational.
Okay, so the cup says, today is a good day to have a great day, to smile more, worry less, to be the very best version of you, to do more of what makes you happy every day, to be positive and regret nothing, to be humble and work hard every day. May not be a good day, but find something good in every day. Laugh, love, and live. Follow your dreams. Believe in yourself. And remember to be awesome.
That's a great place to end it.
That is a great place to end it. Look. Awesome. To be awesome. So you guys got to be awesome all week long. It's not hard. Trust me. We do it every single day. So I need you guys to be awesome all week.
All right. Sounds like a plan. And we will see you guys next Sunday. You can tell us about how awesome you are.
So we want you guys to share, like our page, send us topics and things like that. Where can they find me? You all can find me on Facebook. I'm Patrice Jones. You can find me on Instagram, Tracy Baby 219. And you can find me at Network Notions. And you can actually join our Network Notions group. And then I'm on IG as Network Notions. Website coming soon. And that's going to be great. And then I have some other things coming up too that we may trickle a couple of things out during our Sunday podcast. Maybe not. You'll have to tune in and see. So if there's anybody, we will be inviting like guest speakers. So if there's something that you think you might want to talk about and share, inbox us or send us a message. We will also be featuring like a business on here when we're on here. So if you want us to advertise your business, your services, please inbox us, send us a message and let us know, and we'll work to do that because that's what we want to do. We want to support other business owners and entrepreneurs, and this is a good platform to do that on. So if you have something, a service or a product, and you want to kind of get your business out there, we do not mind shouting you out. That's what we love to do. If you know where we can get some really cute t-shirts from, let us know that too, because Sunday tea and teas, we have to have some cute t-shirts on. Anything else I'm forgetting?
No, that's it. Oh, you can find me at it's Miss Savvy Pro on everything. Google, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Miss Savvy Pro, and my website is misssavvypro.com or patricejackson.me. Or you can visit us all about purpose at yespurposematters.com. That's me in a nutshell.
All right.
All right, you guys. Well, we will go ahead and end the podcast. We hope to see you next Sunday. And you have a wonderful week. You're awesome.
Bye, guys.